I want to create a successful Valentine's Day business in 24 hours. I have absolutely no idea if this is going to work, and quite frankly, I don't care if this is going to work. This is a fun challenge, and I want to bring you along for the journey. So, let's start that clock. Phase 1, we need to plan. Like with any business, you need a solid plan. First things first, we need a name and a logo. Now, these things aren't so important because most names will be totally random and sound rubbish. I mean, look at other companies out there. What is an Apple or a Lego? Super random, but they became popular household names. So don't overthink this. I made up 5 different names. V for Valentine's, Valentine's Day gifts, Go Cards, Giftable, and Purple Gift. For me, it's between V for Valentine's or Purple Gift. The reason I like Purple Gift is because it doesn't have any relation to a time of year or anything. It's just a random made up name. Whereas V for Valentine's is pretty stuck to a Valentine's niche, which is quite limiting. Let's quickly check the website is available. Annoyingly, .com is quite expensive, but I can start with .co.uk, which isn't as popular, but it's good enough. We now need to decide what products we're going to sell, where we're going to source them, and what platform we are going to sell them on. But before we can do that, we need to build our avatar. This is the same as a profile, and it basically just means we need to think, who is our ideal customer? Are they young, old, men, women? You get the point. Once knowing exactly who your customer is, their likes, dislikes, pain points, it'll be much easier marketing a product to them. We also need to remember, as these items are gifts, our avatar might not be the person buying, but the person receiving the gift. Right, with our avatar built, it's time to do some product research. I think we're definitely going to add clothing to the store. It seems like a no-brainer. Now, as well as that, you've also got Valentine's Day cards and a couple of other things I can think of, like teddies, maybe socks. That could be quite cool. Now, I think it would be even cooler if we were able to sell roses and chocolate, but I feel like that's going to be a real headache and it won't be worth the time. In terms of hosting those products, there are a few platforms we can use. For print on demand, we're going to be connecting with Printful for 2 reasons. 1, they have a vast product range, and 2, they have very fast shipping. And considering that Valentine's is just a month away, fast shipping is vital. For dropship products, we can use Oberlo. This is an app that connects with Shopify, and you can literally create an entire shop with Oberlo, which is quite cool. And as well as that, I might also connect it with my Amazon Associates account, and this means I'll be able to sell any Amazon product. But the downside is I'll only be getting a tiny amount of money from it. We now need to decide what website we are going to use to host our store, because we have so many different options. You have Xyro, Wix, Squarespace, Shopify, the list goes on, and they all have their benefits and their drawbacks. But for this challenge, I'm going to use Shopify, mainly because it's quick and easy for basic websites and it connects easily to Oberlo. However, if this wasn't a 24-hour challenge and I actually wanted a full custom personalized website that was much cheaper and much easier to make, I would probably go for Xyro and create a full, beautiful website, as I would have a lot more freedom with that platform. Next on the agenda is keywords. We're going to use the Google Keyword Planner tool, which is totally free. We'll start with basic keywords like Valentine's Day, gifts, gifts for her, gifts for him, and then we'll just find more and more keywords that we can use throughout our listings, our website, and our advertising. And the last thing we have to do in this planning phase is figure out what platforms we are going to advertise our products on and what our advertising budget is going to be. I think Instagram is huge and we definitely need to try that one out. With Facebook, I'm still unsure as it's kind of going downhill. TikTok could be quite interesting, but I think the demographic would be just a little bit too young. So I think we're going to try Instagram. Now, in terms of a budget, I'm thinking a good test will be around $1,000. And if I find a product that just takes off, I'll spend even more. Brilliant, right? But most importantly, I need to make sure that there is room for a decent profit margin, because a lot of the time you find with these types of stores and these types of businesses, you have a very, very small profit margin. Now, moving on to phase 2, the creation phase. Based on the plan, we know that we want to create a Shopify website with a whole bunch of gift items using Printful, Oberlo, and Amazon to fulfill those items. Now we're ready to create a website. Signing up for Shopify is super easy. However, it's expensive, and I'll be making a separate video discussing if it's worth the price. Now, I'm not going to go for the most basic theme as I want a bit of pizzazz, but nothing too fancy. We need to make sure the billing, shipping, and all other important info is filled out. The cover art that I'm using was made using a combination of Canva, Photoshop, and Figma, and then the product templates were made using Placeit. Right, it's now time to connect Printful, Oberlo, and Amazon, and then add some products. Connecting Printful is super easy. A few simple clicks and you're done. Oberlo is similar. Head over to the App Store, install the app, and sign up. Amazon is a little bit more complicated because you have two options. You can either send them from your website to Amazon and then they purchase on Amazon, which is no good because you're driving traffic away from your website. The second option is allowing them to buy it through your website and it automatically notifying Amazon of a purchase. Now that's a little bit more complicated, but that's what we are going to try and set up. And now that the base look of the website is done, all the base things are done, let's go over it and finesse it. Make it beautiful, make it stand out, and make it look like a really professional website. So far, we've created a pretty epic plan, a pretty epic website as well, and we have quite a few hours left, and I would say we're pretty much done with this business. The only thing we have to do now is advertising. It shows that you can get up and running in less than 24 hours. But what we haven't figured out yet is if it can be successful. I think regardless of the success of the store, I wanted to make this video to motivate anyone, to show them that, well, creating a business, creating a store isn't actually the hard part. Anyone can go and do that, and it doesn't take very long. Coming up with a brand, finding products, and creating that store, well, that is all the easy part. The difficult part is advertising and actually getting sales. That leads us onto phase 3, advertising. I think to begin, we're going to focus on Instagram because our perfect demographic is right there. There are also a few potential ideas I had. For example, I really want to explore the free plus shipping method. And this is when you sell an item for free, but charge $7 to $10 on shipping, which covers the cost of the item and then some. Personally, I don't consider advertising to be part of the 24-hour challenge, and the reason for that is I don't think it should be rushed. I think advertising takes a lot of testing and it will take far longer than 24 hours. Creating a business involves making a solid plan, setting up the website, and having everything ready to go, which we did, with time to spare. Now, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be fully testing this site out with a minimum ad budget of $1,000. With that amount of money, I think we can learn quite a lot. I'll also be fully documenting the entire process of advertising this store, so if you haven't already subscribed, smash that subscribe button so you know when that video comes out. Who knows, this entire thing could absolutely fail, it could crumble, it could be a total waste of time, and I can just burn away $1,000. I guess we'll see. In the meantime, watch this video here if you think YouTube is a viable business option and you want to know how long it actually takes to make decent money with YouTube.